Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. This is our September forecast, and this is the current state of the race right now. And I am just gonna let you know, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, so I'm gonna be a little. I'm not gonna be pretty projective into this forecast. But anyway, this is the current state of the race right now, regards to polls and expectations. It is the Harris surge, so I would expect Donald Trump to just do a little bit, not what we've seen in the last couple of months going before. So just keep that in mind. So anything could happen in this forecast. So anyway, let's begin. It is 6 o'clock p.m. We are officially going to call this. The states of Kentucky and Indiana have closed their polls. This is the grace period, as you know. So, really, these two races will not be calling their races. These two states will not be calling their races at the 6 o'clock hour. Something to know on election day. But right at 7 o'clock, you'll have two states most likely to be called. That is Kentucky for Donald Trump and Vermont for Kamala Harris. So, yes, you got Harris and Trump gaining each state. We got 3 electoral votes for Harris and 8 electoral votes for Trump. At 7:20, I'm predicting Donald Trump will pick up the state of Indiana, giving him 19 electoral votes. At 7:30, Donald Trump will be projected the winner in West Virginia. And going forward, at at 7:50, Donald Trump will win South Carolina. Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia are too close to call, as long as and so is the state of Florida. We can now make a call and declare Alabama and Oklahoma for Donald Trump, giving him 48 electoral votes. At 8 p.m. This is I would say, the most critical hour of election day. We can now officially call a dump for Kamala Harris here. We have Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and D.C., along with Illinois, going for Kamala Harris, giving her 71 electoral votes. Okay. 8:15, we can now call the state of Tennessee for Donald Trump. Donald Trump wins the state of Tennessee. And at 8:30, we can make two projections. We can project Arkansas for Donald Trump, and we can now project the state of Ohio for Donald Trump, winning it in I would say, record amount of votes. I would say biggest win since in the state since '88. So Donald Trump has retaken the lead because of that. We got the state of Mississippi going in favor for Donald Trump at 8:52. It's now 9 p.m. Another critical hour. We can now officially call the states of New York and Colorado for Kamala Harris, bringing her to 109 electoral votes. We got a vote dump for Donald Trump. Also, we have Louisiana, North Dakota, South Dakota. We are going to wait on the 2nd District. And Wyoming in favor for Donald Trump, bringing the two candidates to a stalemate, a tie in the Electoral College. We can now officially call the District of Columbia in favor for Kamala Harris, bringing her to 112 electoral votes. We can call the state of New Mexico for favor for Kamala Harris. It is once again dead heat in the Electoral College. I am going to go ahead and call the state of Missouri for Donald Trump. I think I should have called that state a long time ago. I will be completely honest with you. So Donald Trump retake the lead with 119 electoral votes. We'll go ahead and call Kansas and Iowa for Donald Trump, 131 electoral votes. All right. It's now 10 o'clock. We are officially going to be focusing on these states now. Let's take a look at, we got New Hampshire. We're going to go ahead and wait on New Hampshire. It's just too close to call as of right now, but favor to go to Kamala Harris's camp at the end of the night. We got at 11 p.m. California going in favor for Kamala Harris. We also have the state of Washington in favor for Kamala Harris. Oregon, too close to call as of right now. The state of Idaho, Montana, and Utah will be called in favor for Donald Trump. All right. We got the state of Hawaii going for Kamala Harris. And I would say right now we are aiming to call the state of Minnesota for Kamala Harris. She picks up that state, 10 electoral votes. We are also going to call the state of Virginia for Kamala Harris. She reaches 210 electoral votes at this hour. It's looking good here. It's officially 12 o'clock p.m. We can call the state of Florida for Donald Trump. A state, I will be honest, I keep forgetting all these Trump states. They should go to Trump more earlier now. But yes, this state, Florida, going for Donald Trump. 30 electoral votes. We will also give Donald Trump the state of Texas, bringing him into the lead. 215 electoral votes. And just like that, we're going to go ahead and give New Hampshire to Kamala Harris. 214 electoral votes. We will go ahead and call Nebraska's 1st congressional district for Kamala Harris. And we'll go ahead and make a projection. Kamala Harris will keep the state of Arizona to her camp, bringing her to 226 electoral votes. We will also call the state of Oregon into her camp, as well as the state of Maine at large, along with the 1st congressional district. Meanwhile, we've made a pivotal decision. Maine's 2nd district remains just too close to call. Anyway, We can now call the state of Wisconsin for Kamala Harris. 247 electoral votes. Along with the state of Michigan. Kamala Harris, it seems right now that Kamala Harris most likely will be winning the election. And just like that, we have decided to call the state of Pennsylvania for Kamala Harris. Thus said, projecting her the winner of the election, becoming the 47th president of the United States and the first female president to become president. I mean, what else can I say? We can now officially go and call. Let's see. We've projected a Kamala Harris win. We are ready to project the state of Nevada for Kamala Harris. And Georgia in favor for Kamala Harris at the end of the night. And now we will project the state of North Carolina for Donald Trump and the state of Alaska going in for Donald Trump. That leaves the main second congressional district tossed up. We're going to go ahead and pull up a map projection. Yes, it looks like Kamala Harris would win the second congressional district according to the recent poll. But then again, this is a forecast, not a prediction. So is it over for Trump? Not necessarily. Donald Trump can still, of course, how we know how he usually does in the general election is much better than what the polls usually say right now. And seeing that this is Donald Trump's probably best electoral college performance during this month, compared to his two times running in 2016 and 2020. So I believe really he does still have a chance. Obviously, I don't think it's going to look like 2020. I mean, I would highly suggest Georgia would go for Trump, but polls are saying that Kamala Harris would win the state of Georgia. So what do you guys think in regards to our prediction? Well, forecast. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next political episode.